Hey everybody, Mike Chipperini here, Chipper's Island Adventures. Today's video is dealing with my 1-year Vanniversary. So hey everybody, I'm standing in front of my 2023 on a 21 chassis Winnebago Travato 59K, and I've had this van for about 13 months now. I actually picked it up in February of 23. But one of the first things I have to do, seeing how I've had this van for a year, is here in Massachusetts we have to get a state inspection. So I'm going to head over there right now, and hopefully there isn't a line, and I'll be able to get right in and get this vehicle inspected and be good to go on that end. So let's get to it. So as you can see, I have the number 3, which is March, and this expires in 2024. So it is indeed time. Now I have a full month to get this done, which you know, before you could be a little late, but now in Massachusetts they've cracked down on that, so you got to get it done the month that you are due for it. If not, I think they actually will tag on points to your insurance, and instead of, let's say you got this inspected in April, they don't put a 4 on there, they still put a 3. So those are recent changes here in Massachusetts. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started, and we're going to head over to the inspection point. Well, here we are. Notice they got a high opening door, which will accommodate my van. A lot of places don't have that, and this place is perfect for that. So I'm going to get out and see what we got. There's avoid 2 points on insurance and a fine of up to $1,200. And then you got to have your $35 ready, cash or check, no credit cards. But that's one of the reasons why you want to get this inspected on time, because otherwise they can tag on points to your insurance, which means you're going to be paying more for insurance. So he's got it in there right now. He's going to go over everything, and I get to hang out here. This is something I'll have to do on every year I get this done. The other thing that we do in Massachusetts, not that I agree with it, is we also have a vehicle income excise tax. So every year you get sent a notice that you have to pay X amount in taxes for your vehicle. So for my Jeep, it's around 80 bucks. And for a trailer, it's like $5. For this, because it's new, it's more like 300. Thank you, Massachusetts. New sticker, good till 2025. And you notice he drives it out. He drives it in, takes care of business. Always good to get this done. Okay, so there you see the new sticker, and notice that it's also a different color. That way there the police can see a sticker going by, and if they see it's the wrong color, then they can pull you over, give you a ticket. So I am not legal, but that was relatively painless. You know, that when it gets to be burdensome is when there's a big long line, and that happens, and it happens more often towards the end of the month when people are trying to catch up. So today was very painless. But another thing that's part of the 1-year anniversary ritual is to change the water filters in the rig. Now what I do is I use, instead of using the in-house water filter, which I removed and I've bypassed, I actually use my own filtration system. I don't necessarily drink out of the tank. What I do is I use bottled water for drinking, but I do like my water on board for showering and washing dishes and everything to be the best it can be. So what I tend to do is I go through a 2-stage filtering system, which I'm going to show you right now. So this is my filter system. And this is, the water comes in here, goes through and goes out. So that's what I use to filter my water. And it's a two-stage filter system. The first filter is, I believe, a 5 micron, and the next filter is a 0.5 micron. And I find that to be fine for what I do. So I'm going to go ahead, remove these filters, and put new ones in. We got Ellie baby in the picture here. So it's just a matter of unscrewing it. Oh hush. So look at the color of that filter. Now the new one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these housings first. So I'll be right back with a clean housing. So you can see a color difference. This is a 5 micron filter, both of them. This is the old one. Now I'll go ahead, I just cleaned this housing, put it in there, and then we'll screw that one back on. So that's the 5 micron. Now this one here, and I'm going to have to clean this housing as well. This one here is the 0.5 micron. So the first one takes out the heavier debris, and then this one is really the more important filter if you ask me. And you can see that's kind of dirty as well. And you can see, looking, I don't know if you can see inside there, but you can definitely see debris in there. So I'm going to clean this real quickly. Okay, so I have this all cleaned out. Now, one of the things you want to make sure on these housings, there is a rubber gasket in the rim here. And this one's clear, so you can't see it, but I know it's there because the other one fell out on me and I had to put it back in. This here is the 0.5 micron. So that's a big difference between 5 micron and going down to less than 1. So 0.5 is what this is. And we just put it in there. And there is no right way or wrong way to install it. It goes in. Both ends are the exact same thing. So you just drop it in. And then we go ahead and put it on here. And tighten it down really well. That's it. Once you get these housings tightened down, they should be good to go. And once you do your first running water through this, you'll know if it leaks or not, and you may have to tighten it down a little bit more. Now, one of the things I do is I put these little end caps on. So this one here, that's a male fitting. I have a female end cap, and I keep that on that end. And the same thing over here. And of course I can't get that one off right now with my hand, but that's a male fitting going into the female end. I like to keep these closed off, keep the debris out of it. And you know, on my Travato, this filter system fits right in here, like so. And that fits perfectly in there. And I also put in a couple little things in here. And there you have it. And I tend to do that at least annually. Now, one of the things I do when I sanitize my tank and I'm just filling it up and I'm going to empty it soon, what I use for that, I just use one of these inline filters. This one here is a brand new one, so I'll be using that this year. But instead of running good water through this and then emptying the tank within a day, I use this. Because that's a lot of water going through that. You figure this freshwater tank is 18 gallons on board. So if I'm going to sanitize the tank, I'd rather run 18 gallons through this and then drop the tank after, as opposed to running it through my good filter. And then when I run the water and board that I'm going to use for showering and all that, I run it through that 2-stage filtering system. So that's just what I do. But anyway, this is part of the Vanniversary. I love my rig. I want to tell you that. I've done some mods. You can see my storage system here. And I try to keep everything nice and neat. You can see in here, I got my 2 beds. I've done some other lighting mods that I have videos out on. So I've done a lot so far this year, and I plan to do more. One of the things I'm really looking at is on the back of the rig. I want to lose this ladder and go ahead. I think it's Rover Van sells a ladder system with a spare tire mount on it. And that spare tire mount, I believe, goes above the plate, which I'm also concerned. You want to have that plate exposed, but I'll find out about that. And it mounts onto the hinges, not the door, but it mounts on the door hinges, which makes it really solid. I like the setup that they do. So anyway, if you like this video, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. All the best to all, and happy RVing.